Hello everybody, this is Eric Garrison and this is my first video tutorial for developing Silverlight applications for Windows Phone 7. I wanted to make this first tutorial something very simple, but it's also something I've seen a lot of people having questions over on the forums, and that is changing the default icons when you create a new application. Also with the splash screen as well. So to go ahead and get started, we'll go ahead and create a new project and new phone application. Name this my new icon app. Go ahead and hit OK. Now, once you create a new application, you'll see that there's already two default icons there: application icon and background. Application icon is the small icon that you see in the application list, and background is the larger icon that you see when you create a new tile for your application. So let's go ahead and run this just to see what's going on here. Let's go ahead and go back. Alright, this icon right here is application icon. If you go and pin this to the start screen here, you'll see background, which is the larger version of that icon. Now, application icon is 62 by 62 pixels, and background is 173 by 173 pixels. So go ahead and uninstall this. Alright, now to go ahead and get started creating a new icon, I'm just going to use paint.net and create a new picture here. Go ahead and make it 800 by 800 just to kind of see what I'm doing here. Let's change the background color. Just go ahead and type my new icon, keep it simple. First thing I want to do is go ahead and resize this to 173 by 173. And go ahead and save this as a PNG file. Save it, new icon, large. And go ahead and resize this again to 62 by 62 and save this again, this time new icon small. Okay, now we'll go back to Visual Studio and add the two pictures I just created. Alright, once you get those pictures added, you can go ahead and go to your application properties. Over here you'll see under deployment options you'll have icon and background image, and this is where you need to set your icons for the new application. So here I'll go ahead and select new icon small and new background large. Go ahead and save this. Now, for those of you that have tried this before and cannot get it to work, when you try to deploy the application, you will get an error the first time you try to run this. Say no. Basically, the error will say that the new icon files that you added couldn't be found. And this is because you need to set the pictures you just added to content instead of resources. So you go ahead and click on one of the pictures, and under properties you'll see that the build action is set to resource and copy to output directory is set to do not copy. Build action needs to be changed to content, and copy out to output directory needs to be changed to copy if newer, or you can change it to copy if, or copy always if you want to do that. And you need to do that for both pictures. Set that to content and copy if newer. Save. Go ahead and build that again. Okay, go ahead and go back. And now you should see the new application icon here. Go ahead and pin this to the start screen. And there it is, new application icon. Now to go a little bit further, if you want to go ahead and change your splash screen as well, you can go ahead and go back to paint.net. I'll create a new image that is 480 by 800, which is the default resolution for most of the Windows 7 phones. Go ahead and change the background color of this to orange. Now, one of the caveats about the splash screen is that the application is more specific or particular about which image you use for splash screen. The splash screen has to be a JPEG, and it also has to be named splash screen image.jpg. So we'll go ahead and save this picture as a JPEG file this time. Go ahead and save that as splash screen image. Go back to Visual Studio and add a existing item, splash screen image. Go ahead and click yes when it asks you if you want to override it. Now, one of the things you can do to basically see if the new splash screen has started up or has been added to your application is that the splash screen tends to go by very quickly. So we can go over to app.xaml and view the code for that, and just very quickly go ahead and add a reference to system.threading, and then under your constructor for app, just go down here underneath initialize component and do thread.sleep, then 5,000 for 5 seconds, and just go ahead and redeploy this, and now you should be able to see your new splash screen here for about 5 seconds before the application continues on. And that's it. And there you have it. That's adding a new splash screen and changing the default icons for your Windows Phone 7 mobile application. Thanks.